Now, in this video, we will going to discuss about repetition or looping. A set of statements may have to be repeatedly executed for a specified number of times or till a condition is satisfied. There are different types of looping are there. One is while loop, pre-test or top testing loop. Number 2, for loop or pre-test, again top testing loop. And number 3, do while loop or post-test or bottom testing loop. The while statement. A while loop is a control statement using which the programmer can give instructions to the computer to execute a set of statements repeatedly as long as specified condition is satisfied. Once the specified condition is false, then control comes out of the loop. So it will, while expression is there, so then it will enter into loop, takes action 1 to action n, then again it keeps on repeating till this condition comes out to be false. Then it comes to the A statement. This is how it will going to be executed. So now how this will going to work? The expression is evaluated to true or false. If it is evaluated to false, the control comes out of the loop without executing the body of the loop, and A statements that are present after the while loop are executed. That means here if you have the B statement, it will try to execute this expression. If it is not true, then it will comes out of the statement and executes A statement. Then if the expression is evaluated to true, that means if this expression becomes true, then it will, the body of the loop consisting of statements action 1 to action n are executed. So that means it will go into enters into the loop and it will start executing these statements. After executing the body of the loop, control goes back to the beginning of the while statement. That means after executing this, it will goes to the while statement and it will check for the condition. If it is true, then again it will go to execute. It keeps on repeating this till this expression becomes false. So when expression is again evaluated to true or false. Thus the body of the loop is repeatedly executed as long as the expression is evaluated to true. Once the expression is evaluated to false, the control comes out of the loop and statements A1 to AN following while loop are executed. So this is how this will going to work in the while statement. Now say for example, we will going to consider a simple program wherein a C function to compute the sum of the series of 1 to n, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 so on to n. So first we are going to have an include stdio.h and include conio.h. So we are going to have a compute sum intn. Open the parenthesis or the flower braces int sum and declare the sum and I as the integer variable. Initialize the value of sum is equal to 0 and then I is equal to 1. While I is less than or equal to n, sum is equal to sum plus I and increment the value of I plus plus. Then again close the braces and then return sum and then it will going to comes out. Then we are going to write the main program. So here CLR SCR int n comma sum as the integer variable. Enter the number of terms. Then scanf, read those terms. Then call this subprogram. Then printf sum of series is equal to so much and get ch function. So how to do that? Enter the number of terms as 5. Once you read this, it will go for this function. So it will go to call for the subprogram. So the value of n what we have entered is 5. So first we will go into the sum value. Initially the value of sum is equal to 0 because 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 it keeps on adding. So sum should be value, initial value is 0. When value of I is equal to 1 is less than or equal to 5, yes, then it will enter into the loop. Sum initially sum plus I, what is that? Sum initial value of sum is 0, the value of I is 1, so it will go to take the sum is equal to 1. Then I is equal to I plus 1, so 1 plus 1 it becomes 2 here. Once it becomes 2 here, is 2 is less than or equal to 5, yes, again it will case sum is equal to previous value of sum is 1 plus 2 becomes 3. Then here again the new value of sum will go to become 3 and I plus plus. That means I is equal to 2 plus 1, it becomes 3. Is 3 is less than or equal to 5? Yes. Again it enters into the loop. The previous value of sum is 3. 3 plus 3 it becomes 6. So again 3 plus 1 becomes 4. Then is 4 is less than or equal to 5? Yes. Then sum is equal to 5 plus 4, it becomes 9. And again it will going to become incremented by 1. Is 4 plus 1 becomes 5. Is 5 is less than or equal to 5? Executes this. Sum is equal to previous value is 9 plus I is 6, 15. Then 6 plus 1, 5 plus 1 becomes 6. Is 6 then less than or equal to 5? No. It comes out and then it will going to returns the value of sum. So this is how it will going to be executed, so that the sum of this will going to become, the sum of the series will going to become 15. Now we will going to try to execute this program by using Turbo C. So to do that, first we are going to enter into this Turbo C++. We will going to log into the software. Then we will going to write a program for this. So I will say include stdio.h, then include conio.h, then here compute underscore sum intn, then open the braces, then int sum comma I, then initialize the value of sum is equal to 0 and I is equal to 1. Then while I is less than or equal to n, enter into loop. So we will going to have sum is equal to sum plus I. Then we will going to increment the value of I plus plus. Then close this. Then close this. Then return return sum. Then close this parenthesis braces. Then go to main program. Then enter it. Then we will going to write CLR is CR. Then we will have intn comma sum. Then printf, enter the number of terms /n. Then scanf %d and n. Then sum equals compute underscore sum n. Then get ch function, printf sum of series equals %d sum. Then get ch function and then close it. So this is how it will going to be executed. Enter the number of terms as 5. The sum of the series is equal to 15. So this is how, suppose if you want to run this by if you want to give 10, the sum of the series will going to be 55. So what it does is it will going to take from 1 to 10 and adds on to make it the value of is equal to 55. Suppose if you want to trace this and 5. Suppose if you want to trace this, so first it will going to execute F7, enter the number. So I will going to enter the number as 3, say for example. Then we will go for this F7. So int sum is equal to 0, initialize it, I is equal to 1. Is 1 is less than or equal to 3, then it will going to enter into the loop. Then I plus plus, so 1 plus 1 becomes 2. Is 2 is less than or equal to 3. Yes, again it going to execute this. Then it adds on 3 is less than, it will take the value of I is equal to 3. Is 3 is less than or equal to 3. Yes, it comes into the loop. Then again it takes 3 plus 1 becomes 4. Is 4 is less than or equal to 3? No. So it comes to the return sum. Then it will comes to the end of the subprogram. Then it will going to print that particular value and get character function. The sum of the series is 1 plus 2 plus 3 will be equal to 6. The sum of the series will going to be 6. So this is how it will going to be executing this program. Now we will going to take the, we will go to quit this. So we will go for the next program. So that is from the current slide. So we will go for the next program. Sum of the series of 1 plus x squared plus x cubed plus so on to x to the power of n. So here first we'll go for the include stdio.h, include conio.h, and include math.h. And math.h is because we are using the power here. So compute sum int n and int x. So declare the variable of sum and I as an integer value. Initialize the value of sum is equal to 1 and I is equal to 1. So I is less than or equal to n. Then sum is equal to sum plus power of x comma y, x comma I plus plus. Then return some value. Then it will going to include CLR SCR. Then declare the variable of n x sum as the integer. Enter the value of n and x. Then percentage d and x and ampersand n. Some compute. This is the calling the subprogram function and the sum of the series. So it will going to get the enter the get cx fraction character function. Then enter the value of n and x. The value of n is 4 and the value of x is equal to 2. So this n is what we are entering is the power value. So 1 plus 2 to the power of 1 plus 2 to the power of 2 plus 2 to the power of 3 plus 2 to the power of 4. It will be going to become 31. So now we will going to see how this will going to be executed in this program. So to do that, now we are going to come out of this. Then we are going to go into the Turbo C++. Then go to include. So include stdio.h, include conio.h, include math.h, then compute sum int n comma int x. So open this. Then int sum, declare the variable of sum and I as integer value. Then initialize the value of sum is equal to 1 and I is equal to 1. Then while I is less than or equal to n, enter into loop. Sum should be equal to sum plus power of x comma I. Then I plus plus. Then close it. Then return the value of sum now. In the next tab, return the value of sum. Return the value of sum. Then close the parenthesis or braces. Then go to main. Then open the braces. Then type CLR SCR. Then int, declare the variable of n comma x comma sum as an integer variable. Printf /n, enter the value of n power and x base. Then scanf %d and here and n comma and x. Both the variables are of floating type. Whichever way you can do it, The sum will be equal to. So I'm going to call this a program compute underscore sum x comma n comma x. So those are the functions which have been used for the declaration. Then go to printf sum of series equals %d, then sum and close it. Then go to get character function. Then finally you exit. Then go to run this program. So there is an error. Compute underscore sum should have a prototype. Compute underscore sum should have a prototype. So here computer. So there is a mistake here. Then go to run. So enter the value of n and x. So we're going to take it as 4 and 2. sum of the series is 2. So how to execute this program in the tracing? So to do that, I will just go to the run and trace. So first go to function F7, then clear screen, enter the values of n and x. So we are just entering 4 is the power and 2 is the base, and enter it. Sum compute, so we are calling the subprogram. So sum is equal to 1, initializes value of sum and I. So is 1 is less than or equal to n is 4. Yes, sum will be equal to sum plus power of x comma I. It will going to take I plus I is equal to I plus 1. So again is 2 is less than or equal to 4. Again power is equal to x comma I. So it's going to go for x square. So then I plus. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Then it will going to execute this, and then 3. Then it comes to this. Is 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. Is 4 is less than or equal to 4. Yes, it will go to this, and 4 plus 1 becomes 5. So is 5 is less than or equal to 4. It will comes out, return the value, and then it comes to the print sum series, and then get character function. So it will going to give the value, final value as sum of series is equal to 31. So this is how it will going to execute this program. So finally, we'll just go and come out of this and say no. So this is how this program will going to be executed. So now we will go for the next video. We will going to talk about, or we'll going to discuss about to print 10 numbers in each line. Thank you.